2, 1. You hear me?
I was waiting for the clap.
I'm good. Oh, you want me?
I thought you was
I'm
gonna
saying.
clap me in.
You're right. My bad. I'm going crazy.
It's too
All right.
late.
No.
Oh.
We just started from here. All right. So bad. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to episode 36 of In Touch with Reality podcast, season 2. How is everyone doing? It's your girl Carmela Mommy in the building. Y'all already know. I had a couple of things I wanted to speak about today. So on the internet, I've been seeing a lot of that. Nowadays, women don't want to date guys if they're not spending any money, or if they're not financially stable, or if they're basically not being a man. And my take on that is, how I feel about that is, I don't feel like women should use men for money. You understand what I'm saying? That's definitely not something that I would promote. And I feel like, yes, there are a lot of women that have damaged men, as far as, men wanting to be providers, for the woman they're with, or whatever the situation is. Yes, it's a lot of women that abuse that situation, but I also feel like a lot of men use that as an excuse not to provide for a woman. Because if you think about it, a man will probably sleep with you a million times and probably not even offer you anything if you allow that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Well, I feel like a real man, he is supposed to like romance a woman before, she's able to be submissive to him. That's just something that's like a man's nature is to be, to romance a woman and, treat her good and, be a provider, do the things that a man's supposed to do. And a woman is supposed to show her appreciation when a man is doing those things, So I feel like if you're in a situation where, okay, say if you meet a woman and, y'all been dating for a little while, you've been taking her on dates, you've been paying for everything, you just been, hey, sweetheart, where do you want to go? Where would you like to go? What restaurant would you like to eat at? You're just making plans and, including her in certain things. And, probably like, say like a month or two go by. And I feel like if you've been doing the right thing and you've been showing her interest and you've been, basically romancing her, taking her places and just buying her little things or whatever the situation is. Not even buying her little things, just taking her places and y'all just having fun, getting to know each other. I feel like, yes, after, a certain amount of dates y'all been on, I feel like it's okay for a woman to show her appreciation and do what she needs to do for that man. I feel like it's okay for her after a while, after she sees that, he's being a real man and he's doing those things and he's romancing her and he's showing interest and he's, just calling and checking on her and just sending a little good morning text, just showing that he's interested. I feel like, yes, after a while, a woman should initiate things sometime and, could pay for a date or two or plan something. Yes, I do feel like that. But I feel like if a man's been giving you the bare minimum and he never really asked you what you wanted to do, everything that was done is something that he wanted to do or something that he benefited off of, and he's not really worried about your happiness. He's just worried about, okay, I like to do this, so I'm going to include her in it. Not never really asking you what you like to do. I feel like other than that, if a man's doing that, then I feel like, you shouldn't give him the best version of you, because he didn't give you the best version of him. So why do men feel like that they deserve the best version of a woman and they haven't presented the best version of themselves to that woman? I don't feel like that's fair. I feel like that we all been through something in life. It's probably women that been dealing with guys that never provided for her or never did anything for her, or, you know, never was the type of guy to be like, okay, babe, I planned something, let's go here, or, you know, I brought you something nice. I feel like if you allow a man to do that, he will, you know, and I don't feel like women should accept that. I don't feel like women should accept the bare minimum, especially when you're willing to give it your all. You know, I feel like us as humans, we all been through things. We all been traumatized. We all been with the wrong people, you know? So if you meet a woman and she, you know, she wants you to help her out, she wants you to provide for her. Maybe because I know women like that. I know women that held men down, you know, did so much things for them and they got nothing back in return. So now they just on something like, you know what, the next man I meet, he has to be a provider, or he has to be able to do something for me, or I got to find out if he's financially stable, or if he could bring something to the table. You know, so when guys are saying that a lot of women just want them for their money, I feel like it's two ways. It's always different perspectives, you know, because that woman that you're saying probably just, oh, they want your money. Maybe she been with somebody that never gave her anything. Maybe she been with somebody who never catered to her. So now she's tired of that and she's going for something more. Like, okay, I'm tired of, just like I said, being with guys who's not doing nothing for me. Oh, not taking me on no dates. So now when I meet the next guy, he has to do this. Now she's lifting her standards. So now when she meets a man that probably was already damaged and taken advantage of, he identifies that as being used, or, oh, she wants to use me, or she think I'm a trick, or, you know, that's not always the case is what I'm trying to say. It's always, like I said, different perspectives. So that's why I feel like communication is very important, because then you'll understand where a person is coming from when they're telling you, okay, no, I want a man who's a provider, or I want a man who's able to do these things for me. Because me personally, yes, I do want a man who's a provider, and I do want a man who's going to romance me. Because when you romance a woman, that's what make her fall in love with you. You understand what I'm saying? And once a woman is romanced, the right woman, now you have to have discernment in life. See, a lot of people make wrong choices. A lot of people rush into things. They don't get to know a person. They just like, oh, she's pretty, or she's bad, or he looks good, or they just want to be with that person, but they never got a chance to understand their character or understand their personality. You know, so now when they get in a situation with this person that they thought highly of, they're completely turned off, or it doesn't work out because you really didn't get the chance to know that person. You only judged them on how they looked and not their mindset, or, you know, or had a conversation and seen the things, you know, and allow them to open up to you and explain to you the things they have been through in life, which is probably the reason why they have preferences or their standards are higher. You know, it's not always about, oh, a woman wants to use you. Maybe that woman been used before by guys, and she's like, no, this is not going to happen again. So now I want to find me a guy who I know is financially stable, because she's probably financially stable. She probably have her own money, you know, but guys are so stuck with this perception that woman wants to use them for this money. I don't think it's that. I think, like I said in a previous I think when I said it in this previous, what I said in a previous episode was that, you know, it's not that women wants to use you for your money. It's certain women just want to make sure you do have money. You can provide something. You can add to her growth. You can be that guy who can uplift her and, you know, and stuff like that. So like I said, it's not always about, you know, a woman needing your money or wanting your money. You know, just take time and learn that woman and see why she feels that way. Why does she want a guy who's going to be able to provide for her? Like, who wouldn't? Like, you know, but I also feel like it should go both ways. I always feel like a guy should lead and start things off first. Because once a guy leads, then I feel like a woman knows that he's really interested. Because a woman could approach a guy and like a guy, right? And if a woman is sexy, or not even sexy, or beautiful, if a woman is just like, you know, she could have something that a guy is attracted to, or a guy could be just a guy, like, okay, I'm going to sleep with her. But that doesn't mean he values you and like you. So I feel like when a guy go hard for you, you know, that's how you know that he's really into you. So you have to understand women too. Like, it's a lot of guys out here that, you know, they'll just sleep with a woman and that's it, you know, and Now she's like, okay, he just slept with me, and you know, and it doesn't have to be right away. He could have took her time. They could have knew each other for years, or they could have knew each other for a while, and it just happened, or whatever the situation is. And now he gets what he want, and now it's like, you know, he probably feel like he doesn't have to put in any work, or he doesn't have to do anything, or he's not taking her on dates. So it's like everybody has to take a chance, you know. So people these days are so afraid to take a chance, and I feel like, you know, everybody has to take a chance. Women have to take a chance when it comes to like, okay, I'm dating this guy now. If I wind up sleeping with him, where is it going to go after this? Is he going to continue to date me? Is things going to get better, or is it going to get worse? Is he going to get what he want and then, you know, be different? And then we got guys that say, okay, I'm dating this girl. If I spend money on her, or if I do this, is she going to look at me like I'm a trick? Or is she going to look at me like I'm a simp? Or is she going to feel like that I'm obligated to do this all the time? So I feel like when it comes to that, like, again, everybody have their own different perspectives. Everybody been through something. You know, everybody is traumatized. Everybody been through heartbreak. But I feel like you shouldn't let your last situation define anything else. Yes, we're supposed to be wise, and we're supposed to be smart, and we're supposed to understand like our mistakes and have discernment in order to make better decisions. But I also feel like, you know, I don't like people who, you know, they go through something in a relationship, or they go through something in life, period, and they just turn cold, or they turn bitter, or they turn hard. I feel like that's a sign of weakness. You know, I feel like you should never allow anyone to change who you are. You know, you don't let anyone change you who you are. If you're a sweet person, if you're a loving person, if you're a giving person, continue to be that way. You know, because everybody you meet doesn't have the same intentions, and everybody's not the same. And you might meet someone who have good intentions, and you're holding back. So now they're thinking like, okay, they don't really like me like that. You know, they're not, you know, putting in no effort, or they're not being consistent. And, you know, they might pull away now. And now you miss something that was good because of your last situation now. That's like embedded in your brain that, oh my God, this last girl used me. So now I'm not going to ever help a woman out or spend money on a woman. Or this last girl or guy cheated on me. So now I'm not going to ever trust nobody again. I'm not going to ever be in a relationship again. That's corny. That's a sign of weakness. Like, you have to be stronger than that in this world. You have to be able to get hurt and still be strong, and still understand that. You see, what I learned was grace with people. You know, I learned a lot of grace as I got older. You know, it was actually hard for me to accept certain things with people. I'm like, wow, how could they do this to me? Or why would they do this to me? But then when I understand, like, you know, some people are weak-minded. Some people lack discipline. Some people, I wouldn't say was raised that way, because I hate to use like people past trauma, how they was raised, to define their current behavior, because I feel like it doesn't matter how you grew up in life. Okay, you could have grew up like I put up a post today on my stories. You could have grew up a crackhead. You got raped, or your mama was on drugs, your father was in jail. It doesn't matter how you grew up. I know people who grew up in the worst conditions, and they still turned out to be the best person in the world. Because even your children, that's like, okay, if you're teaching your children to be good, right? If you're teaching your children everything, you know, if you're teaching your children about life and, you know, the things that can happen, and you just want them to do the right thing, and they get outside, and you could be the best parent in the world, but when they get outside, they're around different people, they're around different friends, they're around school, their schoolmates, they're around different, you know, personalities, different characteristics. And I feel like no matter how much goodness you embed into your child's head, they're still going to make their own decisions, and they're still going to choose who they want to be. You know, so I don't use that. I had a terrible life, or you know, when I was younger, or I had a great life when I was younger, and that's why I am the way I am now. I don't use that as an excuse or justification. I don't think that's an excuse or justification of a person's current behavior, unless they're very weak-minded and they actually let that take over their life, that moment or those moments take over their life. So I feel like as people, we have to learn to have grace. And when we get hurt and when people hurt us, we have to understand that they're hurt, or it's something about them that's not right. Maybe they haven't reached that level of maturity yet, to understand how to be a loyal person or how to be an honest person. A lot of people don't know how to do that. So, everybody has a level. It's been times in my life where I wasn't as honest, probably, and stuff like that. But as I grew older and I realized, okay, like, I don't want to be fake. Like, I don't want to be that person that hides behind anything or pretend or anything like that. And I really don't care what people think about me. I really don't care what people say about me. So why do I have to lie? Like, lie about what? What is there lie about? What is somebody going to do to me if I tell the truth? Not like me or not want to be my friend anymore? Do you think I care about that? I really don't. So that doesn't make any sense to me. So at the end of the day, I feel like that I'm always going to be that person who is an honest person. I'm always going to be, and those are not things that I just learned overnight. Those are things that I practice. Certain things you got to practice. You're not going to get perfect at it, but you would definitely have to practice it because you'll slip up a few times and you have to catch yourself. And, if you really in your heart want to be that person that you say you want to be, then I feel like you can be that, I wanted to also shine light on the jail system. The Robert Brooke, rest in peace, really touched me. The way those cops handle him, those correctional officers handle him in that jail, I feel like that was very, like, disturbing. And he's not the only person it's happened to. It's so many other people. But just to really see it and see how evil and devilish people can be and not have no kind of heart and no kind of soul. Even if the man was in there for stabbing his girlfriend, okay, that wasn't the right thing to do, but he was in jail. He was paying his dues to society. He probably got closer to God when he was in there and asked God for forgiveness. You don't know what that man did. And I'm not saying what he did was right by stabbing his girlfriend, but he didn't deserve to die. That's not anybody's decision to make but God. And just to see that racism still exists in this world, which I've been new, but just to see how hateful people are in society and how people don't have a heart and how angry people can be is the reason why I pray every single day, because this is like a power the power that's over us is really something that only God can interfere with right now, and even when you do have the money and the resources and the billions and millions, you still can become a victim. So it's not even about the money. It's not even about the money no more. It's beyond that. Because even if you ever, people of our color, if when we do reach that level, I feel like in certain ways you have to sell your soul, because we're not the owners of this world. The owners of this world, is basically what they're trying to say. The owners are Elon Musk and Donald Trump and all these trillionaires and billionaires. Those are basically the owners in the world, and most of the trillionaires and billionaires are what? White. So I feel like damn if we do and damn if we don't. And that's why I feel like spirituality is very important in this society today, because we need prayer, and that's our power, prayer. That's our power. And I just feel like anyone who does anything evil in this world, or do anything that's not really that's evil, or ungodly, we all have to pay for our karmas and our sins, you know? So I don't want people to think that the evil things they're doing, even the things that they're doing that people don't see or they don't know about, karma is real, God is real, and God sees everything. So you will always be held accountable for what you do. What's in the dark always comes to the light. You know, that was God allowing us to be able to capture the last moments of Robert Brooks' life. He wanted us to see what we were facing out here. And that's pure evilness, pure the devil. You know, to beat a man that bad, over 14 people in the room just watching and standing around, that goes to show, like, law enforcement is the Klansmen member, basically. They're white supremacists. They are very racist. And when we get into when we get into these situations, you know, when it comes to jail and stuff, now people have to worry about their lives. You know, and I feel like they should shine a little more light and do a little more checking up on correctional facilities. I think they should do surveys and checking up on correctional facilities and mandating and making a lot of things mandatory, because this can happen to anyone, and it's been happening, you know. And I don't feel like that because people go to jail that they should just be swept under the rug. Even the Bible tells you to not forget your people in jail. You know, just because a person goes to jail, it doesn't make them less of a person. I mean, sometimes it depends on the crime. With the crime that a person do, you know, it do depends on that, because I feel like the guy who raped the little girl or whatever and killed her, I don't feel like people like that, I feel like are like the devil, you know. But, you know, certain things, yeah, people like that I definitely feel like is the devil. So that was like something tragic and something that is hard to come back from, you know. Raping and killing a little girl is like a mental illness and a sickness, you know. And I feel like it's so much wickedness and things going on in the society. Like I said, this world really needs prayer. And again, I want to say R.I.P. to Robert Brooks. And if I can do anything to bring more awareness and more light into these jail systems and help people who's paying dues back to society for whatever they did wrong, to make sure they're safe while they're paying their dues back, I would love to be a part of that. You know, I would love to be a part of that. Because it makes no sense that they should have to go through that while they're paying their dues back to society. Okay, and like I said, don't forget about your peoples in jail. You know, I mean, because it's really, you don't know what they're going through in there, and it's really like it could really break a person down in there, and as much as support you give them, that can really take them a long way. You know, yes, it can really take them a long way. Now, the next thing I want to discuss is about, I want to talk about when it comes to relationships, how I think a lot of men want control in relationships, right? They want the control. They want to feel like the superior. They want to feel like the man, right? And I feel like a lot of men lay down certain rules, and they make it seem like it's just for your, and it's for your best interest, but I feel like it's more for their insecurities. It's more to soothe their insecurities. For instance, okay, so if you meet a guy and he automatically starts talking about, let me see. if you meet a guy or a girl, well, let's talk. I'm a female, so I'm gonna go with the guy. So if you meet a guy and he starts talking about, say if he starts talking about, oh, why do you wanna hang out with your friends, or why do you have to hang out with your friends, every other weekend, or why do you have to wear this, or why do you have to wear that, I feel like that has more to do with a guy's insecurities than, his insecurities than him looking out for your well-being. So let me break it down. A lot of men, they'll meet a woman, like they'll meet a beautiful woman, they'll meet a beautiful woman, right? You were attracted to this beautiful woman when you first started, when you started pursuing her. That's the reason you pursue her, because you were attracted to her. You were attracted to her, however she looked, you were attracted to her, right? So I feel like now once a guy get the woman, he wants to start changing her and telling her what she should do or what she should wear, how her hair should be, and she shouldn't hang around this person, and she shouldn't. And I don't really believe in changing people. Like, if it's for the better, then okay. But if it's just to soothe your insecurities because you're afraid that that man or that woman might gain attention when they go outside, or when they hang out with their friends, or when they step out the door, I feel like that's not a good reason to try to control to try to say that you're in the best interest for someone. Because why, like I said, when you first meet a person, when you start pursuing them, you're attracted to what you see, right? That's why you pursued them. So why get with that person and try to change who they were? If you didn't like who they were from the beginning, you should have never pursued them. So I feel like you do like it, but it's just that, other people like it as well, and it's going to draw attention, or it's going to attract attention. So you want that person to pipe down, or stop doing this, or stop wearing this, or stop, so they don't look as appealing to anyone else. There's a lot of guys that only want a woman to look appealing to them. So when they get with that woman, they try to change who she is. So she, like I said, so she doesn't gain as much attention as she usually do. And I feel like, again, that's for your insecurities. Because I feel like if I'm dating a guy, it doesn't matter how my hair is or what I'm wearing. Don't get me wrong. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you're supposed to respect them, and you're not supposed to just be out there with your, wearing certain, you're not supposed to be showing certain things if you're in a relationship with somebody, But I feel like once a person is with you, if they're a real person, it's certain things you don't have to tell them to change about themselves. You can't look at a person who's single and say, okay, this is how they're going to be in a relationship. Because that's not true. Not saying that, okay, this girl was naked and had her body out before the relationship, then that's how she's going to want to be that way in a relationship. I think, a real woman is going to know. Well, a real woman is not even going to have her body out and stuff like that, so she's not going to have to do that. But I'm just saying, like, certain women, they feel like because they're single, they could just dress how they want, do what they want. So it's certain women that when they get in a relationship, if they're a real woman, that they will, switch it up for their man. They will be a little more appropriate or whatever the situation is. But I feel like you should let people be who they are, because changing who a person is just showing your insecurities if it's not changing for the better. I don't think, how a person's hair is, or if a person wears eyelashes, or if a woman is thick, that's something that should be changed. Because now I'm looking at those things like, okay, these are things that are not even mentally, these are not even mental things, or things that will affect the person mentally. These are just these are physical things. These are things that you're looking at. So it further lets me know that a person is insecure. I don't care what nobody say. That's how I feel. You know, for instance, I was talking to my peoples, and they said that they don't let their girlfriend go on girl trips, right? And I feel like, why not? That means you don't trust your girlfriend. You know, I'm the type of person, I give everyone a clean slate. Anybody I'm around, whether it's a friend, I'm in a relationship with someone, I give everyone a clean slate. Now, that clean slate I give you is up to you to make it dirty. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you to mess up the chance I'm giving you to prove yourself to me. The same way I got to prove myself to you. You know, and a lot of people would make up things in their head, and they just were like, okay, she's this type of girl because she likes to look nice, or she's pretty, and I know she got a lot of guys, and I know that it's another guy she's dealing with, and I know that no, you don't know anything. You don't know anything. You know, you don't know nothing until you really get to know a person, see things with your own eyes. A person tells you that. You know, stop allowing your mind, stop being a prisoner of your own mind. Stop allowing your mind to play tricks on you and tell you things and a lot, which is going to affect the way you interact with a person. Because you already had this thing in your mind, oh, this person is this way, and they never showed you that part of them. You just automatically assume that. So now it's affecting your ability to be the best version of who you are, because you think in your mind this person might be this type of person. No, you have to know who a person is. You can't think a person is this type of person and then just treat them a certain way because of your thoughts. No. I'm going to treat everyone good. I'm not going to say, oh, because this last dude played me, so now when I meet the next guy, I'm not going to love on him, and I'm not going to be affectionate with him, or I'm not going to, you know, trust him because what this last person did to me. That's weakness. If, like, I don't even really feel like at this point that I could get my heart broken, because I know who I am. You know, the only time a person could break my heart is if I didn't know who I was. I used to get my heart broke. I don't get my heart broke no more. I don't even allow a person to next to me that I feel like will break my heart. You know, because once I see certain signs, I'm out anyway. That's the type of person I am. I'm not like, once I see certain signs, I'm out. Because we're adults. It's certain things you don't have to talk to a person about. You know, like, I feel like certain things are common sense. If you're dating someone, you know, certain things are just common sense. The do's and the don'ts, or whatever the situation is. So, you know, I feel like, to wrap this up, I feel like that people should be more open to giving people chances and not creating things in their mind about a person without actually really getting to know them or having certain conversations with them to see where their mental is. You know? And that's something that a lot of people do. A lot of people. Even females do it to other females. You might meet a female, she's beautiful, she got everything going on. So now you want to say, oh, she thinks she's all of that, or she thinks she's this, she thinks she's that. No, that's what you think. You feel that way about her. She never said that. You feel that she's all of that. You know? So I feel like a lot of people should stop projecting things on other people, especially if they haven't got a chance to know them, and they never got a chance to experience that certain situation with that person. You know, people be so afraid of their traumas from the past, which I feel like I said, I'm the type of person, I don't care how many traumas I've been through in the past. And I've been through some shit. And I don't care how much trauma I've been through in the past. I never change who I am. I'm always going to be who I am. I'm always going to want to love again. I'm going to always want to give my all, because it makes me feel good. You know, when people do you dirty and you know you treated them nothing but good, they're going to always feel that. They're going to always feel that. That's why I always give people my best. You know, I always try to give people my best, because that's just who I am. And everybody's not going to give their best. So if you give a person your best, you show them your best, and that goes wrong, they're going to always remember who you are, and they're going to always respect you. Even if you don't want nothing to do with them no more, they're going to always respect who you were. You have to learn to be unique. If everybody's walking around and scared to love and scared to take a chance, and you're the one that's like, okay, I'm going to love and I'm going to take a chance, you're going to stand out, because everybody's not doing that. No, in this era. People are afraid to lose. You know? And you have to understand men and you have to understand women. Both parties are traumatized over something. And I feel like, I don't blame everything on the men, but I feel like men are the leaders. So I feel like if men are leading correctly and men are leading the right way, that you'll bring the best results out of a woman. And leading doesn't always have to be with money. Leading could just be like, babe, listen, this is our plan. Let's write up a little agreement. Let's put a bank account together. Every month we put this much in a bank account. We're gonna do this. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, babe, I planned something for you tonight. Make sure you dress by this time. Let's go to the restaurant. Let's hang out. It doesn't always have to be about money. But see, a lot of guys don't know how to lead. They just want to lead you to the bedroom. You know, they want to lead you to their bedroom or come to my house or let's chill. No. You know, I'm old fashioned. I like to be romance. I like consistency. You know? Like, I don't push up on guys because that's not my job. I'm a woman. Now, when a guy show that he's pursuing me, and if I like him, I'm going to pursue him. I'm gonna do what I need to do to show him that I like him too, and I appreciate what he's doing. That's what real women do. It's not about tricking on a woman, because if you trick on a real woman, say if you take a woman on probably like 2 dates in a row, I'm a type of woman, I'm gonna be like, okay, and 2 nice dates in a row. Not nothing, just a regular something. I'm talking because 2 nice dates in a row. You know, stop being cheap. Yes, I don't like cheap people because I'm not cheap. I spend money to have fun, and I spend money on things that I like sometimes, and I'm not a cheap person. You can't die with the money or whatever the situation is. And I feel like a man take you on a date, 2 dates. I feel like the 3rd date, it's okay for a woman to pay for the 3rd date. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, oh, babe, don't worry about it. I got it. 1, 2 or 3 days. Yes, let him show consistency. Let him show you that he's consistent. Because when a guy show you he's consistent, that means he really likes you. See, guys are they're more emotional than women. Okay, I don't care what nobody say. Guys are especially in this day and era, guys are really more emotional than women. Nowadays you get an attitude, the guy get an attitude. Instead of asking you what's wrong, let's communicate, let's talk, the guy want to shut down. And I feel like that's a woman's trait. It's a lot of guys out here that has too much pride. They're afraid to be a man. They're afraid to be vulnerable. And that can also mess up your situation, because if you're not vulnerable and you're not showing somebody that you like them, or you're not being consistent, or you're not trying to romance them, then how is that person supposed to fall in love with you? Or how is that person supposed to know that you're serious with them? Because you could be doing the same thing to 20 other females. And that's why I think that a lot of women want a man with money, because it's like, okay, if you got 2 and 3 other females, I know if you spend this money on me, I'm important to you. I think it's more of that than women wanting to use men for their money. I think a woman knows that men take care of the things that they like and the things that they love. So at the end of the day, like, if a man worked hard for his money and he's willing to spend it on you so you can be happy, then I feel like that he really likes you. You know, if a man doesn't want to spend any money on you, he doesn't want to take you on no real dates, he doesn't want to spend time with you, he doesn't want to be consistent, then he does not really like you. You know, so I don't, like I said, I don't think is, and I think that a lot of women knows that, huh? Oh, I think a lot of women know that, you know, it's a strong possibility that this man may have two or three other women. So, you know, I think they feel like, okay, let me see if he really like me. Let me see, like, if he'll do this for me. Or let me see if he'll do that for me. Let me see if he really, because if a man's really going to pursue you and he feel like you're going to be his girl or you're not going nowhere and he taking you serious, then why not? Why not start doing what you need to do as a man? What is the holdup? You know, people want to test you. They want to test you. They want to see, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with testing someone, but make sure that test doesn't last too long because you could lose out on a person testing them. You know, like I said, we all are taking chances. We all can get our heart broke. Women could get their heart broke. A man could get their heart broke. Men have to take a chance spending money on a woman. And women have to take a chance with sleeping with a man because that is like hand in hand. If a man's spending money on you multiple times, he's gonna wind up. What is he doing? Eventually he's gonna want to sleep with you, right? So all I'm saying is, if you want to sleep with a woman, because a lot of women don't press men. Like I said before, a lot of women don't meet men. First of all, a man is gonna talk to what he's attracted to. 9 times out of 10, if a man is trying to pursue you, he's attracted to you. When a man is attracted to a woman, he wants to have sex with her most of the time, right? So a woman already know that. We're not young. We're not kids. We know that, okay, if this man is trying to pursue me, he's trying to talk to me, he's attracted to me, eventually he's going to want to have sex with me. Some women don't mind having sex with you, but they want to make sure that it's not just something you're using him for too. So I think they feel like if I get this out of this and I have sex with him, I won't feel used. I don't think has nothing to do with prostitution or has nothing to do with a woman trying to use a man. I just feel like that when men pursue women, it's for one thing most of the time. It's because he's attracted to her. You know, and if he doesn't want nothing serious with her, he wants to have sex. If he do want something serious with her, he wants to have sex. And 9 times out of 10 is a man who's pursuing a woman. So if you're pursuing me, then what are we doing? We're just having sex? You know, so if we just having sex, I don't want to feel used because I didn't pursue you for sex. The woman didn't come to the man and pursue her like, hey, can I take you out to eat? Can I do this? Can I do that? She didn't come to you like that. You were attracted to her. You came to her. A real woman 9 times out of 10 is not even, is shy to even go up to a guy and talk to him or try to pursue a guy. Most women are kind of sad, kind of shy to do that. You know, I feel like it's a lot of desperate women who pursue men because men are supposed to pursue the woman. Because like I said before, if a man pursue you, 9 times out of 10, most of the time he's attracted to you, he likes you. If you pursue a man, he probably will sleep with you, but it doesn't mean he's going to take you serious because he probably never liked you because he's not the one that pursued you. You pursued him because usually if a man wants you, he's going to pursue you. So if you're pursuing him, then you would never know if he really likes you because, like I said, yes, a man will sleep with you, but that doesn't mean he likes you. I think him pursuing you is a better chance of him liking you than you pursuing him. You know, so a lot of women get that twisted too. Like when you push up on a man, yeah, he probably sleep with you, but that doesn't mean he like you or he wanted to be with you. You know, so make sure, you know, when it's trying to settle down as a woman that you always get a man who's pursuing you. You don't go pursue him. You know, yeah, I just wanted to bring all of that to light. And I just want people to know, like, you know, no matter what you've been through in life, I feel like you should always give it another shot. You know, I feel like I said, don't change who you are. Always be good to people because even if people don't appreciate it, God sees it and the universe is and God is going to bring it back to you. He's going to return the karma's going to be good. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about what you're not getting out of people, and you did this for them and you did that for them and you didn't receive nothing back, and, you know, they don't appreciate it. It doesn't matter. You know, me, when I do things for people, I feel good about it. I feel good. People be like, you're a people pleaser. No, it's not that I'm a people pleaser. It's that I like making people happy. You know, like, what does it take to make a person happy? To do like little gestures to let a person know that, you know, that you have a good heart. I'm not saying let anybody take advantage of you, but I'm just saying, like, don't change who you are. Like, just because you got hurt or you was traumatized, still find it inside of you to be strong and be that person who you were before all of that. Because if not, then I feel like the person who hurt you, they had the upper hand because they were able to change who you were. You're never supposed to let nobody change who you are. If you gonna change who you are, you do it because you want to do it, not because somebody did something to you. You know? And I want to thank y'all for tuning in. You know, episode 36 in Touch with Reality podcast. And again, we want to shout out Mama Jones. We have her liquor here, Psychotic. Make sure y'all guys cop it. It's such a smooth vodka, and it really had me tipsy, okay? I was feeling really psychotic. Thank y'all for tuning in. Episode 36, 37 up next. Stay tuned and God bless. You think that was a good episode?